Am I the a-hole for telling my aunt that my boundaries are more important than her feelings? I, 27-year-old male, recently cut off my parents after years of manipulating and controlling behavior. I was homeschooled, and my parents were incredibly strict about what I read, watched, etc. They would mark out books if it made them uncomfortable and even put accountability software on my phone to track any texts or emails I got when I got my first phone at 19. I also have ulcerative colitis, and it was so bad I had to have my colon removed at 18 and thus fell behind on schoolwork and such while in bed. My parents called me lazy and not wanting to do my schoolwork because I laid in bed with severe stomach pain and restricted my diet where I was barely getting proper nutrition. There is lots more, but that is some of the basics of why when I met my now wife I eloped with her and did not tell them until after the fact. Even when we had my parents over, they made snide and rude remarks about my wife, and she has never felt respected by them. Because of this and their past behavior, I cut them off from all contact recently. I told them we deserved an apology and that their grandchild did not need to see her parents disrespected. I left a way open for them to apologize and maybe mend the relationship. However, like they have since I have brought up the issues, they have said they have never done anything to apologize for. Anyway, recently we found out we were expecting our second child. My dad's father had us over before and said how he supported us and loved us. That meant the world to us. My aunt also lives with my grandfather for various reasons. Well, I told them the other week we were expecting, and they said to let them know when we told my parents. Well, I had not told anyone I had cut my parents off. My aunt texted me the other day asking if I had told them, and I said no and explained why. She went on to say she did not like that I put her in a position of awkwardness when it is my need to tell. However, I told her that I set boundaries, and I felt a text would break my no contact boundary. She asked me if I would expect to know if my parents died, and I said no, I did not. She proceeded to say I was not giving grace where I was receiving it from my family, that they loved me and I was only deluding myself from thinking they did not. I told her that I want the relationship restored with my parents, but right now that cannot happen until the conditions in the letter I sent my parents when I cut them off were met. She said I was offending her, and she did not appreciate that I would not send a simple text because of some boundary. So, am I the a-hole?